Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Breaking news from Washington today. President Joe Biden has tested positive for COVID. He is experiencing mild symptoms, including a runny nose and a dry cough. Of course, just 24 hours ago, he was here in southern New England, landing at TF Green in Warwick, then visiting the former Brayton Point plant in Somerset. Biden's press secretary says he is fully vaccinated and twice boosted and has begun taking Paxlovid. He is isolating at the White House. Of course, a lot of our local lawmakers interacted closely with President Biden during his trip yesterday. One was Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee, who greeted Biden on the tarmac at Green. His office issued a statement this morning saying, quote, following RIDO guidance, since the governor is fully vaccinated and double boosted, there is no need for him to quarantine. He will, however, continue to monitor for symptoms. The governor did take a PCR test in advance of meeting the president, and it was negative. Also breaking today, former North Kingstown High School basketball coach Aaron Thomas now facing criminal charges following investigations into naked fat checks. According to court documents filed today, he is charged with sexual assault and child molestation. The charge is brought by the North Kingstown PD in connection with an incident in 2000. It was one of a list of agencies investigating these alleged naked fat checks. Thomas has denied wrongdoing. The school department's investigation led to the resignations of the superintendent and assistant superintendent at NK High School. He is due in court for an arraignment on August 19th. And now to the weather as we take a live look out there right now with our sky cam. We are dealing with some high humidity today. Chelsea is in the weather center with your first forecast. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Doreen, that heat and humidity not letting up, and it doesn't look to let up for much of our 7-day at that. What we're looking at outside right now is a temperature of 88 degrees in the Providence area. You factor in our dew points, which are even higher than yesterday, sitting at 75 degrees. We feel 10 degrees warmer than the actual temperature, a feel-like temperature of 98 degrees right now in the Providence area with the breeze coming in to the south-southwest. Now we're at 88 right now. We were at 90 at this point yesterday, so we're sitting just below that outside at the moment. We're seeing 90 degrees up in Norwood, 91 in Boston. As long as we hit 90 in Providence, we do end up with a heat wave after hitting 93 on Tuesday and 96 on Wednesday. Actually running a few degrees cooler right now compared to yesterday at this time, but because of the high humidity levels, we feel so much warmer, and that's why we do still have a heat advisory in place for the area today until 8 p.m. So again, take those frequent breaks, stay hydrated, and of course, check on your vulnerable population, your neighbors, your elderly neighbors, your little kids, the pets. Keep everybody safe in this heat and humidity. We also have some concerns for some thunderstorm activity. Some of that already popping well up to our north, and it does look like most of the strong thunderstorms will stay north of us. That being said, northern Rhode Island, Providence County right now is included in a severe thunderstorm watch for the rest of the day today and into the evening hours. Again, I think a lot of any severe potential stays well to the north of us, but we'll watch out for some stronger thunderstorms for those inland spots later on this evening. Otherwise, hazy sunshine continues outside. We are looking at heat continuing through the weekend. I'll have much more in just a few minutes. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. Now to developing news out of Westport, where an FBI investigation is underway outside two Hells Angels clubhouses. Very little details being released at this hour, but Mass State Police, Westport Police, and FBI agents are all at the scene. Let's get right into ABC6 News reporter Yanni Turgelis. He is live in Westport with details. Yanni?
Yeah, Doreen, the FBI confirming to us that these raids are in connection to an ongoing federal investigation into the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. Now, I want to step out to give you a look at the scene here in Westport, where you can see driveways are blocked off on two properties here along the American Legion Highway. And just moments ago, 4 law enforcement cars coming out of the driveway on the left and pulling into that driveway that you are looking at right now. And this is not the only Hells Angels Club that the FBI is searching today in Massachusetts. You can take a look here at helicopter video showing the FBI at a Hells Angels Club in Lynn this morning as well. And law enforcement also responding to this Westport Hells Angels Club at about 8 o'clock this morning. And that heavy police presence involving FBI, Massachusetts State Police, and Westport Police, who are all armed in bulletproof vests and assault rifles. And these raids across the state come amid high tension between the Hells Angels and other biker gangs, including the Pagan Motorcycle Club, and recent incidents like a shooting in Pawtucket earlier this month, as well as a street brawl in Fall River before that, are some of the high-tension incidents that have recently occurred with this Hells Angels Club. And at this time here in Westport, there is no word on any arrests that have been made, but to tell you, we have seen FBI officials walking in and out of the compound. You can see them down the driveway that is currently blocked off, as you can see back here live now in Westport. And again, the FBI and Mass State Police, as well as Westport Police, on this scene all morning long into the afternoon hours. Again, details remaining very limited at this time, but this scene still extremely active. At one time, there were about a dozen cruisers and undercover unmarked cars out here along the American Legion Highway. At this time, some of them have gone into that driveway as they continue to take a look at both of the properties here in Westport. We're going to be sure to keep you updated all day long, both on air and online, so be sure to stick with us as more information continues to develop here in Westport. For now, reporting live in Westport, Yanni Tregelis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you. And new at noon today, a car fire on 95 South in Providence snarled traffic during the busy commute this morning. This video shot from Kinsley Ave showing the aftermath, significant burn damage to that car. The scene cleared around 8:30 this morning. Traffic backed up on both sides of 95 and on the southbound side of Route 146. Well, police say several businesses on Block Island served minors alcohol over the weekend. In a report, police say underage informants were served at 6 establishments on the island Saturday and were served for a second time at Ballard's in the Ore on Sunday. The Block Island Town Council has scheduled a meeting between liquor license holders, emergency personnel, and town leadership for the beginning of next week, not just regarding the sale of alcohol to minors, but an alleged culture of lawlessness across the island.
People were awful. They were rude. They were drinking in public. But again, I think it's the promotion of Block Island as a drinking spot. Again, people have always come out here and partied. That's what it was, but it's gotten out of hand.
The town council said that it has issued an increase in citations for open containers and will be actively putting up signs across the island to remind the public of the laws. The body of a man who drowned in a North Smithfield reservoir was recovered last night. North Smithfield Fire Chief David Chartier says his department got a call for a missing swimmer at Slatersville Reservoir just after 6. Witnesses telling officials that a man in his 20s jumped from the trellis, came to the surface, then went back under. The fire chief said friends were unable to save the swimmer. Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee signed a series of bills to support Rhode Island's veterans and service members this morning. One bill waives dog and cat adoption fees for veterans. Another creates a special license plate for recipients of the United States Bronze Star Medal. That's awarded to Armed Forces members for heroic achievements. And a third bill aims to stop so-called stolen valor. It makes it a crime for someone to knowingly benefit from making false statements about military service. The Providence City Council will be hearing a resolution tonight to temporarily halt a pilot program for flock cameras around the city. According to the police department, the cameras would be the automated license plate readers currently being used in several cities in the state, including Pawtucket and Cranston. The cameras allow police to capture and store license plates. They're only supposed to be used to help solve crimes. Members of the City Council introduced a resolution to give them more time to review the plans. And in Bristol County, the New Bedford City Council will vote on a petition to provide accidental death benefits to the families of city employees who died from COVID-19. The Standard Times reports the families of 2 deceased city employees would be entitled to these benefits. It would not apply to city employees who had been working remotely or from home at the time of their death. If the City Council moves the petition forward, it will head to the Massachusetts General Assembly for final approval. A janitor is facing charges after a hidden camera was found inside a restroom at a Foxborough business. Police say an employee discovered a cell phone actively recording video. It was disguised in a box on the floor to make it look like cleaning supplies. 29-year-old Anisio Carvalho from North Attleboro was arrested and charged. Police are now looking to see if there are any other victims. And temporary restrictions in the area of the Newport Folk Festival start tomorrow. The DEM says it will restrict access to parts of Fort Adams State Park. Restrictions include shore access for fishing and scuba diving. Public access for walking, biking, and picnics will also be partially closed. The same restrictions are in place for next weekend's Jazz Festival. And still to come here on ABC6 News at noon. The January 6 hearings back in prime time tonight, this time featuring outtakes from a pre-recorded speech by President Trump the day after. And changes coming to your mail delivery truck as the Postal Service orders more electric vehicles. And the extreme heat in Europe forcing Pearl Jam to cancel a concert. Back now with your consumer news. More electric vehicles at the Postal Service. The agency says 40% of the new delivery trucks will be electric. That's a dramatic increase from the initial plan to make just 10% electric. The Postal Service made the change to comply with the Biden administration's climate goals. And Volvo is speeding up in its drive to become a bigger electric vehicle maker. The company now says either pure electric or hybrid vehicles now make up more than 30% of all its vehicle sales. The Swedish car maker is aiming to be a pure electric car maker by 2030. DoorDash has launched a two-step ID verification process for alcohol delivery. Users first have to upload a photo of their ID to the DoorDash app. Then drivers will scan the ID when they arrive to make a delivery. And a high-tech tool to speed up check-in at the airport. Alaska Airlines is rolling out electronic bag tags. Travelers can use the airline's mobile app to activate the tags 24 hours before your flight. When you get to the airport, you can simply touch your phone to the tag to call up your flight information. And still to come on ABC6 News at noon, we're going to check in with Chelsea for your full 7-day forecast. Stay with us.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Oh, another very hot, very humid day out there. A good day to head to the coastline. Keep in mind, still a moderate rip risk at our area beaches and kind of a haze over the beaches right now. There's a lot of dense fog this morning. It's taken a while for that fog to burn off. You can still see visibility issues, especially for Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. Newport seeing a little bit of some haze or some fog outside right now. It's certainly gotten a lot better from this morning when visibility was awful, but there's still that haze to the air outside today. What we are looking at is that we had a temperature of 93 degrees on Tuesday. 96 was recorded at TF Green yesterday. Now today we haven't hit 90 yet, and we need to hit 90 for it to be an official heat wave. It looks like we'll get close to that, and with the humidity we certainly feel warmer than 90 degrees. Currently though, sitting at 88 at the airport. In between the hours we hit 89, so we're close. We'll see if we get there to 90 degrees later this afternoon. Jeff, of course, will have that full update for you, but it is feeling hot. It is feeling humid. Mid to upper 80s for the inland spots, upper 70s and low 80s along the coastline right now. Those dew points are so high. It is very sticky outside. It is uncomfortable outside. Dew points in the mid 70s range right now, about as high as it gets usually here in southern New England when we talk about a really humid day. And with this breeze that's coming in from the southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour, and a few gusts coming in closer to 20 miles per hour, we are continuing to pump in that humidity, and our feel like temperatures are 10 degrees warmer than the actual temperature because of such high humidity levels. Feeling like 98 degrees in Providence right now, 95 for a feel like in Smithfield. And along the coastline where temps are still in the upper 70s to low 80s, you're looking at feel like temperatures well into the low to mid 80s. 102 right now for a feel like temperature out in Hartford. We do still have a heat advisory in place for today because of the high humidity levels, and that's staying in place until 8 p.m. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see a heat advisory go into place for the weekend, as heat and humidity isn't going anywhere. We do have a cold front that's approaching the area this evening. It's sparking some isolated showers and a few isolated thunderstorms already to our north. Now, most of this activity is going to stay north of us, but some stronger storms will be possible north of us, with thunder, lightning, gusty winds being a big concern. Storm Prediction Center really highlighting areas just to the northwest of that Rhode Island corner, and we are going to continue to track these thunderstorms as we head through the evening hours. Now, there has been a severe thunderstorm watch issued, mostly focusing on areas to our northwest, but right now Providence County is included in that area of watch, the severe thunderstorm watch, as we head through the evening hours until 8 p.m. So heads up. I do think most of the strong thunderstorms start to weaken as they get close to us, but the highest chance of seeing strong thunderstorms here in southern New England going to be in our spots farthest to the northwest as we head through the evening hours. This is about 4 or 5 o'clock. You can see that thunderstorm activity off to our west. It does weaken as it comes through, but some thunder, lightning, heavy rain, all a possibility with gusty winds as that line comes through. Now, as soon as that line does push through, cold fronts typically bring cooler air, not this one. You'll notice a little drop in humidity tomorrow, but it is still hot, and the temperatures come back up into the mid 90s, and we stay in the mid 90s on Saturday. Low 90s today. It is warm. It is very humid, partly sunny. If you are at the beaches, again, moderate rip risk. Use caution if you're getting in the water. An evening thunderstorm possible, mainly for our inland spots. We clear out by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is hot. A little bit less humid than today, but warmer temperatures than today. So again, we're just kind of doing this trade-off. It is so sticky outside this afternoon. An evening thunderstorm possible. We'll watch out for that. Jeff will have a full update for you at 4. Otherwise, a hot, humid weekend continuing.
Oh my goodness, it is just one of those days, and several days where you feel gross the
I know.
moment you walk outside.
I know. It takes its toll. That's why we have that advisory
really
in place. So.
Mm-hmm.
Take it easy. Stay
Yeah.
hydrated. Use your common sense. Don't do anything too strenuous out there, and hopefully you can find a place to stay cool.
Yeah, and take a nap if you
Yeah.
can, because it's exhausting.
It is.
It really is.
It
All
wears
right,
you out.
Chelsea, thank you. Well, tonight, right here on ABC, the January 6th committee's latest primetime hearing, that gets started at 8 o'clock. ABC News learning that the committee could show some unaired footage that shows the former president struggling to admit the election was over and to condemn the rioters. We're going to have live coverage on air when that gets underway tonight. Coming up next here at noon, throat damage. Europe's extreme heat blamed for Pearl Jam's Eddie Vedder having a sore throat. And a ceremony in Newport tonight to celebrate the unveiling of a special stamp. In entertainment news, the Heat has gotten to Pearl Jam. Minutes before they were scheduled to take the stage in Vienna, Austria, the band canceled their show. They posted on social media that the heat, dust, and smoke at their Lollapalooza Paris concert last weekend had damaged singer Eddie Vedder's throat. Europe is in the midst of a historic heat wave. Netflix is making a documentary series about former Notre Dame linebacker Manti Te'o and his fake girlfriend. If you remember back in 2012, the football star told media outlets that his girlfriend had died of leukemia, but it was later revealed that he'd been catfished by an acquaintance, and the girl that he thought he'd been dating did not actually exist. The entire story has been turned into a two-part show aptly titled The Girlfriend Who Didn't Exist. It releases on Netflix August 16th. Well, today the U.S. Postal Service will honor legendary folk singer Pete Seeger with a stamp as part of their Music Icon series. Seeger was best known for his songs Where Have All the Flowers Gone and If I Had a Hammer. He also played in the first Newport Folk Festival over 63 years ago. Seeger was an outspoken artist, and in the 1950s, his leftist political views got him blacklisted from commercial TV for over a decade. A ceremony will be held at 8 o'clock tonight at the Jane Pickens Theater in Newport for the dedication. And for the first time since the pandemic hit, New Bedford's 50s night makes its comeback today. Before the pandemic, thousands of people would hit the streets in New Bedford for this free event, full of vintage cars, food, and classic rock and roll. Joe Jesus, who organized the event every year, passed away in 2019 at the age of 81. This year's event is held in his honor. Well, still to come here on the news at noon, we're going to check in with Chelsea for more on the afternoon forecast. Stay with us. All right, take a look at this concoction. It's called the Veltini. It's a take on the classic martini made with Velveeta-infused vodka. Apparently, there is such a thing. It's mixed with olive brine and vermouth. Garnishes include Velveeta stuffed olives and jumbo shells. Velveeta is selling a limited number of kits, so Chels, you can make it at home.
I feel sick with the heat and humidity. Like, I didn't need to see that.
Actually,
I
didn't
didn't need to see that today.
Yeah.
Already feeling, uncomfortable, and nope.
That's true.
That's a hard no for me.
Yeah, I'd rather just eat a box of mac and cheese, and not even right now.
Nope.
A nice cold salad.
Some ice cream, maybe.
Yeah, ice
cream would work. A freeze
Sounds
pop.
good.
Freeze pop would be good today.
I think my kids ate 5 or 6 of those yesterday.
I believe it. I believe it. We are looking at hot and humid weather. Watching to see if we hit 90 today at TF Green. We're at 88 right now. We did hit 89 already, so we're close. It's feeling closer to 100 degrees, though. A chance of a late-day thunderstorm, mostly for our inland spots, and a lot of it weakens as it comes through. But heads up, Providence County under severe thunderstorm watch for the evening hours. The heat continues through the weekend.
All right, for one, I'm going to be very disappointed if we don't get to call
I
this that
know,
long of a
I
heat
know.
wave after suffering like
Right.
this.
Go big or
All
go home. I said it earlier.
Exactly. Thank you, Chelsea. And thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day.